found that men who felt more isolated and lonely had a much higher risk of cancer's growth. When you want to do everything possible to cure your cancer and treat it naturally and reverse this disease process, I can see how the process becomes very overwhelming and anxiety-filled, fear-filled, because everyone is trying to tell you different opinions on what you should do and what the best route to your anti-cancer plan should be. Now, as a cancer-focused naturopathic doctor, I want to break down in this video the top 6 things that you absolutely need to know if there's any chance for your body to build this system to make it inhospitable to cancer cells growing. Although in this video, all of these facts and all of these points apply to every single cancer, however, the studies show more for the hormonal type cancers. So if you have prostate, breast cancer, endometrial, cervical, ovarian, any of the reproductive and hormonal cancers, you absolutely need to listen up. Now, point number 1, I absolutely need to start with fasting. You need to learn how to get into 24-hour fast. I have a 6-part series talking all about this if you're unsure or this process sounds very intimidating or overwhelming. But what you're essentially doing is burning out your glycogen stores. We're eliminating and down-regulating how much sugar and insulin your body is exposed to. Now, we know that cancer cells have 2 to 3 times more insulin receptors on their cells as opposed to healthy cells. So it only makes sense if you are feeding your body less sugar, there's less of that eating up of sugar and inability for cancer cells to proliferate. That is the most simplistic view when it comes to sugar and cancer cells metabolism. But really what we're doing is down-regulating any proliferation rate and ability for cancer cells to have any fuel to allow it to grow. The other thing that you're doing in a 24-hour fast is helping reset your system and even kickstarting autophagy, which is helping kill off old dead cells and helping reproduce healthy new ones. In this 24-hour fast, apoptosis is also initiated. Apoptosis is the programmed cell death. So cancer cells completely miss that memo. They don't know when to die off, but programmed cell death happens in healthy, normal cells. But when you are doing a 24-hour or longer fast, that can help initiate the signal that these cancer cells need to die. Now, the first point actually leads into the second most important thing, is getting your body into ketosis. Ketosis and ketogenic diets is really a process of how your body uses fuel. If you're so dependent on using sugars, your main use of energy is from glucose and carbohydrates, but we want to switch that completely to make you a really efficient energy producer when it comes to using proteins and fats. Getting into ketosis has a powerful effect on suppressing tumor growth, and this is especially true for solid tumors such as brain cancers, prostate, lung cancers, and breast cancers. Now, in order to produce these ketones, it may need to be in a fasted state for over 24 hours, or if you're following a strict ketogenic plan, where it's usually under 20 or 30 grams of net carbohydrates, over 70 to 80 grams of fat, and about 50 to 60 grams of protein. Everyone's meal plans and macronutrient outline will look completely different based on your independent genetics. So for example, if you're not a very efficient fat metabolizer, then you may not need as much fat as somebody else. Or if you are an extremely inefficient carbohydrate metabolizer, you will not do well with 30 to 40 grams of net carbs. You'll never get into ketosis if that is your specific genetic makeup. So by lowering glucose and lowering insulin, you're actually allowing your body to make these ketones from fat produced by the liver, and cancer cells cannot use this source of energy as fuel. This is especially true for brain cancers and brain health. Your healthy cells absolutely thrive on these ketones and help with cognition and memory and helping with your day-to-day tasks, whereas cancer cells will thrive on the glucose that you're feeding it and the insulin growth factors that is as a result. All right, let's switch gears here because I could talk about fasting and ketogenic diets and meal plans, nutrition for hours, and that could be in many other videos. But the third point that you need to know about is helping eliminate toxicity through your skin. So the third point is allowing your body to sweat. Whether that means going into an infrared sauna for 20 to 30 minutes, maybe longer. Maybe you need to be in there for 40 minutes. I love using my own ozone sauna where it's opening up our pores to heat about 110 degrees and then infusing the system with oxygen and ozone. This has a massive impact on how your immune system is regulated, but also getting rid of things that are dragging your system down. So if you're holding on to heavy metals, to lead, aluminum, to candida overgrowth, if there's anything pathogenic in your system, putting your body into a heated state and helping your body sweat out is a fantastic way to really upregulate your system and allow it to have a deep detoxification effect. In my book, Cancer Doesn't Own You, I talk about the top 160 ways that you can boost your health and beat cancer on a regular basis. And a lot of the material is talking about how you can put your body into these minor stressful states to help make yourself more resilient to the chronic stress that we know causes inflammation, can be the root cause for heart disease, for cancers, for many other diabetic issues, and many other chronic health issues. This brings me to point number 4, where it's all about the process of hormesis. All it means is you're putting your body under a minor stress, a short-term stress, to allow your system to have a major impact on how it produces mitochondria and the health of your mitochondria. Some of these minor stressors include HIIT training, where you have short bursts of energy, you're activating your muscles, and you're really getting your cardiovascular system working for 2 to 3 minutes, and then you have a 2 to 3 minute break, and then you initiate that response again. Another really popular hormesis process would be going in a cold bath or an ice bath. So doing that for 2 minutes is really helping your body kick up mitochondrial metabolic process to get your immune system more alert and activating natural killer cells, lymphocytes, and your whole immune system to recognize cancer more effectively. Intermittent fasting is another top hormesis process that I absolutely love, clearly, since I am a huge fan of fasting. But by intermittent fasting for 16 hours at night is helping initiate a reset for your system and helping it go under a minor stress, which can help recharge and reset your entire system. So let's not confuse these minor stresses that can actually turn into a major chronic inflammatory stress if you did it for too long. So for example, if you turned your ice bath into a 20-minute process where you think, oh, the longer the better, that actually can be quite harmful to your system. Or if you fasted for too long and you didn't prep your body and your metabolism properly, then you may not be able to produce these ketones. Your body's going to assume it's a major stressor and can actually be quite harmful for you. And same thing if you're exercising for way too long. So if you are a triathlon runner and you're go at the gym all the time and not allowing your body to rest, that can create chronic inflammation. You may see that on your blood work where your CPR goes through the roof, your ESR goes through the roof, your whole body's inflamed and it doesn't have that chance to cool down. So the balance is really important here. The 5th way that you can help your body naturally fight cancer is optimizing your circadian rhythms and your sleep patterns. And this is really helping with how your body produces melatonin. You have to think, our trillions of cells, we have over 70 trillion cells, are like tiny battery chargers. So we need sunlight, we need darkness, we need serotonin, we need melatonin, we need all of these hormones to help your body work. There are actually studies showing that people who have less than 7 hours of solid sleep per night are 47% increased chance of getting cancer versus the people that have over 8 hours of solid sleep per night. This is why in my private practice, I talk all about getting your system to sleep, whether that's with the use of CBD, using melatonin. Some people may actually respond better to using 5-HTP or other calming herbs and neurotransmitters like GABA, glycine, passion flower, valerian root. There's so many things that you can do to help your body relax, your nervous system to relax, and to help with these circadian rhythms to have solid sleep. If your melatonin and vitamin D levels are disrupted, whether you've been a night shift worker or you don't go outside in the morning and your cycles are completely off, these disrupted rhythms are leading to abnormal cell behavior and changes to your DNA, opening various pathways to the development of cancer. All right, number 6, and probably my favorite of all of them, maybe tied with fasting, has to do with connection. Whether that's connection to other people, to plants, to our environment, to animals, and to nature in general, and being completely present in the moment will drastically improve survival and positive outcome for cancer. There was a longitudinal study done on over 2,700 Finnish men in middle ages who all had cancer, of their social status and their economic status and their social network size. They actually found that men who felt more isolated and lonely had a much higher risk of cancer's growth. So this means you could be in a relationship or have multiple friends around you and still feel quite lonely. So having that connection and that bond with other people and really feeling heard and feeling your purpose is such an important part of you thriving with cancer. Absolutely love this last one, because how easy is it for you just to go hug a dog and go, for a nature walk, go on a hike, and really just appreciate that our body is made up of the same minerals and the same molecules that plants are. The reason why I appreciate this last point so much and the connection is because we really are made up of the same things that our environment is made up of. So we're all made up of elements such as carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, and that's the same thing with the water that's near us and the plants and the air. That is our medicine. If you can look at medicine as being all around you and what can naturally heal your system, help you connect on a deeper level, you're doing your body a huge favor in beating cancer on a daily basis.